In this video, we're going to look and see why atoms give off a frequency of light, or at least the first theory of why they do that. And that theory was by Niels Bohr, and here he is with Einstein, and his model is called the Bohr Model. And the idea he came up with was that the energy of an atom is quantized, or it has specific levels or specific values. And the energy in an atom was related to where the electron is positioned in the atom. Now, for him, he thought that electrons traveled around the nucleus at a fixed distance, almost like planets going around the sun. And he called these stationary states. We know now that this isn't true, and we'll get into what is really true in future videos, but it is important for a basic understanding to understand the Bohr model of the atom. And basically, the closer the electron is to the nucleus, the lower energy it has. Now, when electrons go from one stationary state to another, or when they jump doing that, they will emit radiation, or they will absorb energy depending on which way they jump. So if they go from low energy to high energy, they need to absorb energy. But if they go from high energy to low energy, they will emit radiation, or a photon of light. And he really thought the bigger the jump, the more energy you have to put in, or the more energy you get out. And this helps explain why the emission and absorption spectra are the same wavelength of light, because if you're jumping between two different energy gaps and you come down off these energy gaps, the energy going up and the energy going down should be the same. Alright, and so here we have what that looks like in pictures. Imagine you're in energy level 5 and you go down to energy level 1. You went from high energy to low energy, and you give off radiation here in the form of light. It's a violet. Now, if you go from energy level 4 to energy level 1, you also give another energy out. Or sorry, energy level 4 to energy level 2, you give off blue-green light. If you notice, violet light, 434, is higher energy than blue-green light at 486 because the jump was bigger. Now going from energy level 3 to 2, you give off red light, which is even lower in energy because this gap is so small. That's basically the whole idea of the Bohr model. So for these questions, I have an electron starts in some energy level and jumps to another one. I want you to tell me if those changes will lead to an absorption of energy or an emission of energy. And the way to think about this is put yourself in the shoes of an electron. If you're jumping up higher, do you need to release energy? And if you're coming down from high to low, do you think that takes energy? So try and answer those right now. Alright, so if you're going 3 to 1, you're going from high energy to low energy, you will emit light. If you're jumping from 2 to 4, which is low energy to high energy, you need to absorb light or energy to do that. And if you're going from 4 to 3, you emit energy. Right, so that's it for the Bohr model. In the next talks, we're going to look at the real picture of the atom, or at least what we have for it now. See you then.